So wonderful to see all of you today for this wonderful visit from Aldgate to Ramsgate. This day, traveling from historic Bevis Marks Synagogue to the Montefiore Synagogue and Mausoleum in Ramsgate is fitting because this was the synagogue of Sir Moses Montefiore, and indeed this place where I'm standing is next to the seat of Sir Moses, and it has been cordoned off since his passing, only ever saddened on the rarest of circumstances for exceptionally prominent visitors to the synagogue, such as heads of state. And so this is simply a way of introducing of what a revered figure Sir Moses was. There was probably no other figure in the 19th century that had the kind of impact on the Jewish community other than Sir Moses, certainly during the majority of the 19th century. And he was a physically towering figure, over 6 feet tall, but his prominence stretched literally across the globe. And we'll have opportunity to talk more about Sir Moses during our travel today. But I'll just say a few more words about him. He lived for over a century. He was born, I believe it's in the year 1783, and died in 1884. Traveled, as we know, to Israel 7 times during his life before any of the kind of things that we think of modern times in terms outside of trains, certainly before electricity and airplanes and all the other ways that we think of kind of modern living. And so truly an intrepid spirit, but as we know, someone deeply devoted to the Jewish people, and was someone who lived a life which seems to have been deeply introspective. And I'll just start by talking about that first visit he had to Israel and to Jerusalem, because Jerusalem would play a very important place within his, really in the entirety of his life, and indeed after his life, even in his passing. In fact, his coat of arms, he had added to it Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. So it became part of his very identity. And he writes that visit really changed the course of his life. Just to give a bit of context, it happened, I think he was 43 years old. So this is in 1827. So this is not, a young man, 18 years old, inspired by, a trip to, on Birthright or Yeshiva in Israel. He's a grown man. He's had a successful business career. We know he's exceptionally successful. He's married to the sister of the wife of Rothschild, right? So Rothschild and Montefiore are married to sisters, and he's the broker for the Rothschild Bank here in England. He's already come from a well-to-do family himself, and obviously becomes exceedingly wealthy. And we'll talk more about him and his relationship with his wife, Lady Judith, when we get to Ramsgate, because it all becomes that much more poignant when you're there and you kind of see the spaces that we're going to be looking at. But really, just in terms of connecting it to Bevis Marks, I'll just start by saying this. He writes the following during his trip to Israel. He says, this is after seeing Yerushalayim. He says, "This day I begin a new era. I fully intend to dedicate much more time to the welfare of the poor and to attend synagogue as regularly as possible on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, on Shabbat." And so we know that this is a turning point for his personal religious convictions. Obviously, always a Jewish person, lived was deeply involved in the Jewish community, but in terms of his personal kind of religious commitments, this becomes a turning point. And we know that he kept to this. He regularly attended synagogue and was Sabbath observant. We know he walked to Bevis Marks from his home, not from Ramsgate, when he was in Ramsgate, when he was in London, he lived on Park Lane, right, which is Hyde Park. He walked all the way from there to come here, often accompanied by Lady Judith, right? And they would come here for tefillah, and at least according to what people say, is that he would often be the first person, that would arrive, meaning it was something really important to him. And so his commitment to the religion went together with his commitment to the people. And he really devoted what ended up being the overwhelming majority of his life, right? He retires in his early 40s. It's after that they take that first trip to Israel. He devotes almost the entirety of the rest of his life to philanthropic causes, to helping Jewish people around the world, and to helping sustain and grow Jewish religious life. He served as the head of the Board of Deputies, president of the Board of Deputies for something like 50 years, 40 years. He obviously was an elder of the Spanish and Portuguese community, and as we'll see, he did several really important religious initiatives that come together in this story of Ramsgate. And so he had, shall we say, two spiritual homes in England. One was Bevis Marks Synagogue, and the other was Ramsgate. And so how fitting that we are going to take the opportunity today to begin our day with tefillah here at Bevis Marks Synagogue. And we're going to travel to Ramsgate, where we're going to have the chance to learn more about Sir Moses and Lady Judith and all of their important contributions, and of course the wonderful buildings that survive in Ramsgate. We'll have a chance to have some more tefillah, some more opportunity for prayer there, and now we really link together Aldgate and Ramsgate.